Hey guys, what's up? It's Amanda here, and welcome back to my channel, Hoot of the Sims. So today we are doing another speed build. This one's a little bit different, however. Most of the time I build, I don't know how to even describe them, just suburban homes or modern homes, this and that, but this one is entirely different from anything that I have ever created, I mean ever, in The Sims 4. So, with that being said, let's get started. So today's speed build is, I don't know how to even describe it. I'm kind of like looking down because I'm watching this speed build. Okay, so first off, it's been a very long time since I have actually done this build. This was made probably about 2 months ago. Yeah, I've been putting this one out for a very long time. But this build is, I would say, a Victorian home. And you might be thinking, whoa, a Victorian home. Those are pretty common in The Sims. I don't build Victorian homes. I don't build old school homes. I like fresh and new looks. But this one really kind of, I don't know, like I got inspiration from Realm of Magic, honestly. When Realm of Magic came out, I kind of wanted to use those objects and those items in the build by menu. But none of them are really modern, as you guys can tell, and you probably have noticed if you own the pack. So they're more old school items, and I was really happy with this, honestly, because it kind of forced me out of my modern shell, to make a nice, fancy, old-looking home. It's not really old because it looks like it's been renovated, it looks like it's nice, it looks like it's newer, but it's definitely an old-style home. And that being said, this house is not just for the faint-hearted and the normal Sims, it is actually for witches. So, you'll see that in the inside. I think I ended up building a basement with a, what do you call this? Like a witch's chamber, almost, or like where the witches would do their potions, or something along those lines. So, I'm pretty sure I have some sort of witch basement, where your, witch Sims, or warlock Sims, whichever you prefer, would be able to go down there and make potions, or practice their spells, so that kind of thing. And obviously you can always just delete the basement. I can't recall, honestly, if there is a basement in this house. I did make 2 Realm Magic houses, so this one might not even be completely witchy themed. I literally, like I said, this is so long ago, I can't remember what even I put in it, so this is going to be a surprise to you as much as it is to me when you're watching this video. So, that being said, again, Victorian home, old school, very nice and pretty. I was really impressed with how I did the roof on the patio. I honestly did not know that I can make it look that nice. And I know that sounds kind of like condescending or like I'm just talking my build up or whatever. But really, I was impressed with how that roof turned out in the front. Like the awning patio roof, it flowed together so nicely. Most of the time I have issues kind of matching up. What do you even say? Like, what would you even call them? Matching up roofs, like different roof types, to make it look good and work. But this one kind of came together pretty easily. So I was really happy with that. Now, I was having some issues with the eaves up here, these roofs with the pointy tips, because there was some sort of like weird glitch going through with I don't even know what it was just a like white line. And I think it was from the actual wall itself. It was cutting into the roof, and I was like, why is this happening? So that took a little longer than I thought and expected that it would, but here we are. This build is probably one of my favorite builds I have ever done in The Sims 4. I'm not even gonna lie, like this is one of my favorites. Now, I've never had a Sim family actually live in this home, but I really liked how it turned out. I know that sounds weird, like, wow, you like it, but you've never used it? No, I honestly like build just to build. And I know that there's just a bunch of people who maybe aren't the best at building, who use the gallery and look for builds like this. So I built it more for you guys, not for myself. Because I don't like building for myself in general. Like, I will find a house on Google, let's say, like a real life house, and I'll be like, oh my god, I kind of want to replicate that, you know, or whatever, and then it doesn't end up turning out anything like that house, and I just end up taking inspiration from that house, so that's really cool. And this is really annoying here. Do you see how I'm raising the columns up? Yeah, that was because they weren't snapping to the top wall, and also the column update was not out yet, so I couldn't just stretch it 2 floors or whatever I was trying to do there, so that was kind of frustrating. But hey, it works. It works. Move objects is the beast, you know? It's my friend. It's my favorite thing out there. Move objects. I could not live without move objects in The Sims 4. Honestly, I don't think anybody could. Any builders in specific, but yeah. But this house is slowly starting to come together, as you guys can see. It's very, like I said, modern and very Victorian. I did want to try to use some Realm of Magic windows. So there I was like, okay, that's kind of like a perfect accent window. It's in the middle of the peak. It's kind of symmetrical to the bottom floor, like little lookout area. So I'll do a different window there. And I think it turned out really nice. I think it's really cute there. I don't know. If it was really, I don't know. It's just really cute. I know I say cute a lot, but it is. It's really adorable. And those windows too, those large arched bay windows in the back really help me kind of like put this house together and imagine it as Sims would actually like their house. So yeah, and this house does, I would say, have a lot of windows. A lot of windows. And in real life, that wouldn't really work out too much, especially if you live in a cold climate like I do. I live in Minnesota. Yeah, it would be leaking in so much cold air, it would not even be, like, plausible to live there and not freeze to death. But I thought that this was really cute. All the windows are almost perfectly placed, and again, I'm talking my build up like crazy. But honestly, I think this one is, like I said, one of my best builds I've ever done. So obviously, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Even this little detail of a brick trim around the sidewalk, I honestly did not even know that I could do that. I never thought about adding a trim like that around the sidewalk. But it was just, I don't know, it turned out really, really nice. And here I was like, okay, I have to start figuring out where I want my plants, where I want my garden, where this is going to stop and where this is going to start. So yeah, and this weird little, you know what I mean, like the open room awning area is actually a car park, so you can put your car underneath that area. And it's safe from the weather and the conditions outside, so that was the idea there. But I wanted to put some foliage around and make it, like, lively and, you know, not death-like, because for some reason, to me, old houses really remind me of death. Probably because old people, or people in general, have died in the homes. But I wanted to make it look like it was more renovated, more nicely updated, with things that have been put in the house. Like, maybe the Sim is a gardener, and she's really taking care of her plants around her driveway, and this and that. I picture this woman is probably, what, in her mid-30s, goes outside, has maybe one or two kids that she's taking care of. She works from home. The dad works from home. And they're just a big, happy, lively family, and they take really good care of their house because they have time to do so, and this and that. So that's what I was kind of picturing with this family that lived here. And obviously, I can't really say that I ever made that family, but I like putting myself in a storyline's shoes, basically. There's a lot of people, a lot of Sims players that make up storylines, and they're looking for houses for those storylines, or, you know, vice versa. So I was just kind of thinking about a non-existing Sim family that would find this house appealing, not appalling. Oh boy, no. Why would you move into a house that you find appalling? But I wanted to make a house that was pleasing to a certain Sim stata quo family. And that family, as I said, picture them being like lively, very home-oriented, not wanting to leave their house because it's so freaking pretty, taking care of their plants like crazy, like this kind of stuff. So, but yeah, that's just, I don't know, that's how I picture this family, and I think it fits them well. Obviously there's nobody that I actually moved in there with that criteria, but you guys can always make up your own storyline and find this on the gallery as well. I think I called it like Glimmerbrook Victorian home or something along those lines, so look it up. It's really easy to find. Again, my gallery is the same as my Twitch and also my YouTube, obviously, because you're on YouTube. You found me here. But it's Hoot of the Sims. It's really easy to find me. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. I really liked this house. I really like how it turned out. It's so cute. And here I was like, okay, this house is actually not too bad of a size. I thought that this was going to be a really small backyard because the house is pretty enormous. I think this is a 40 by 30 lot. I can't recall. But here I was like, you know what? I actually have room for a pool. This is pretty amazing. I didn't think I'd be able to have room for a pool. So I put a pool out here. I continued that nice brick trim all the way through. And I don't know, it just looks so good, you guys. I know, I'm sorry, I'm just talking my build up like crazy, but it is. It's just one of my favorite builds. Looking back at this, it was so long ago when I built this. So honestly, I don't remember this build. I don't remember anything in it. I don't remember what it looks like in the inside. So that'll be a pleasant surprise. But like, I didn't even remember putting in a pool, you know? Most of my builds do have pools, but I didn't think I put one in this one, but apparently I did. And it looks really nice in that nice corner by the car park and all of that. So I don't know. It's so adorable. I love it. I love it. I hope you guys like this house as much as I do. Clearly, I love it too much because I can't stop talking about it. Obviously, I'm doing a speed build on it, but honestly, don't remember anything that I did in this house. And it's amazing to me because you can come back months later, look at a speed build and be like, I built that? I don't remember building this, you know? Like, it's just really exciting. But here I just wanted a nice area for these Sims that I pictured to, you know, come outside and eat if it's really nice out, maybe a slight breeze, you know, 60 degrees, 65, 70, and this family wants to go out and eat dinner on their patio porch and enjoy their beautiful backyard because beyond the lot in Glimmerbrook, where I built this, was just a ton of trees, and I think there's also like a nice mountain behind them too, so it looks like they're in the middle of the woods, and honestly, that's what I pictured for this house. That's why I picked this lot to build it on. I don't know, it all looked like it was coming together, and again, with a garden, she's very into the outdoors. They're all out into the outdoors, honestly. They love planting, they love gardening, they love maintaining their flower garden around their park garage. Just everything about this build puts me in that mindset that this family really, really, really cares about being outside, and that's a big part of their life. So that's why I wanted to put a huge garden in the backyard, and I think it's just, I don't know, it's really fitting for this family, like I said, so I don't know. It's really, really cute. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say about it. I just like it so much. I hope you guys do too again, but yeah. But anyways, a little route from the build. I just recently went to Florida, and I can tell you right now, I am so done with winter. I'm so done with winter. Their winter is gorgeous, okay? Like, their winter is, what, 60 degrees? Maybe a little cloudy, maybe some breeze. So maybe it feels like 55, but hey, I'll take 55 over 10 degrees. You know, that's what we get in Minnesota. If we're lucky, we get into the 30s. Like, oh boy, 30 degrees. Wow, it's so hot out. Literally, people just go outside in their shorts and a long sweatshirt, and they wear their tennis shoes and long socks. That is the literal epitome of Minnesota winter outfits. I'm not even kidding you. You go out and you'll find at least one of those weird people wearing that kind of outfit. So, but to say the very least, I was very appreciative of my short vacation. I went to Animal Kingdom, just specifically, honestly, to see Avatar World. Avatar World was really, really cool. I'm not even gonna lie, you guys. Like, that was, oh my god, it was beautiful. If for those of you who don't know, like, what is Avatar World? What is she talking about? James Cameron, you guys probably know this movie. You probably at least heard of it or saw some of the characters from the movie. But there is this movie out there called Avatar. Apparently it's going to be a 5-movie series. One's already out, so there's 4 coming. But it's about the Na'vi, which is the native race to Pandora, which is the planet that this movie is based on. Honestly, it's a really, I don't even know how to describe it. It's not really a futuristic movie, maybe a little bit, like maybe in 2100 or 2500, but then again, like, if you think about it, people thought we were gonna have jetpacks and flying cars by now, and we have jetpacks, but flying cars? Psh, no. But basically this is set a little bit in the future, and these scientists wanted to gather stuff for, I don't even know what it was for. Probably for medicine or warfare, I'm not sure. Or trading with other countries. But anyways, the future people wanted to go to this Pandora world to harvest some, I don't know, I think it was unobtainium. And one of the scientists that they hired had to go and basically, oh God, how do I even say this? Like pose as being one of the natives, one of the Navi, and he ends up falling in love with one of the Navi, and then he realizes that he can't go against them. Like he feels like he's a part of that community now, so he actually fights against the human race and saves the Navi planet. Saves, not really though, because there's a lot of stuff that got destroyed. But yeah, that's that series. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Really cool, awesome. But to say the very least, the world was amazing. So in the movies, everything glows at night. All the plants, all the like the floor and stuff. The water even glows. So the park at night at Animal Kingdom actually glowed at night like the movie. And I literally almost cried because I was like, oh my God, this park did it justice. Like, it's beautiful here. I did not want to leave. I did not want to leave. But then we also spent a couple of days on the beach, and we swam in a swimming pool and the hot tub, but we didn't get into the ocean because it's so freaking cold this time of year in the water. And it's like in the 60s, so if you come out of the ocean and you're hoping for hot weather, you're not getting it this time of year. But again, it's better than where I come from. So it was just a really nice short vacation. I was only there for 5 days, but I really had a good time. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have ever been to Disneyland or Disney World. Disneyland's in California, Disney World's in Florida. And which parks have you been to? Because Disney is not just Disney, like it's Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's Disney's Epcot, you know what I mean? And then there's Disney, like literal Disney World with the princesses and stuff. Or talk about Universal Studios too, because I love Universal Studios. Let me know which parks you've been to. I'm literally curious. And what parks were your favorite that you've been to? Because I honestly want to know. I want to compare everybody's favorite parks. Because honestly, love them. I love them to death. I'm 23 years old and I still enjoy these Disney parks. I don't know. I don't know if that says about me, but it's true. I enjoy them way too much. So yeah. But anyways, back on to the build. I'm sorry about the detour. I just had to go on a rant for a little bit. The weather was great. And that's what I was kind of tying into with the backyard, that I picture this neighborhood to have decent weather, nothing too cold, nothing too hot, that kind of thing. And that's why they have a beautiful backyard with tables where they can eat outside and hang out and yada, yada, yada. But anyways, there's tons of rooms in this house with little tiny nooks, and I really wanted to make a tiny little office. As you saw, I already made the office. It's right by the staircase. It was just a perfect 2-3 wide block area that I didn't know what to do with because I didn't want to close the stairs off completely. So, oh my. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? I said so and burped at the same time. But anyways, I don't even know how I'm going to move on from that. But yeah, the computer nook, look at it. It's so cute. And it's just like the perfect size for a tiny little study computer nook. I don't know. It's really, really cute. I'm sorry that I burped. But anyway. Oh my God. So I don't know what else to say about this build. Like I said, I built this 2 months ago, so I don't even know what's in that room there. I have no idea. What am I doing over here? I'm guessing it's probably the living room. I already have the dining room here. I can't recall if I did a formal dining, like a separate dining room closed off, but I might have. And this is another thing that I noticed about this build, is that most of the time I build open concept, right? So the kitchen, you can see the kitchen from the living room, you can see the living room from the kitchen, so on and so forth. You can see the study from all the areas as well. But this house is a little bit different. As you can see, I closed it off with an arch. It's not a doorway, I know, but it's still closed. There's a wall there. And it's just a little bit more separated. All the rooms are a little bit more private looking. I don't know, more concealed, I suppose is what you could call it. But here I decided to open this up again. It's not completely a closed concept. It's a little bit open. But I wanted a nice little tiny piano nook, and I didn't want this room awkwardly closed off from the rest of the house because I feel like maybe their child plays piano and they're really good at it. So they let the kid play the piano out in the open in that tiny little crevice there. So everybody that's hanging out in the living room can hear the child. I don't know. That was my general idea. of that little piano nook, and I think it's really, really cute. I don't know. I like it so much, you guys. I don't know what to say. Like, it's adorable. I love it. And here I was just kind of figuring out, like, hey, I definitely want Realm of Magic stuff. What can I use? And I ended up using, the Realm of Magic fireplace because I felt like it was, you know, again, really old looking. It matches the style of the Victorian home. And it works together, I guess. And yeah, and this area is really, really cool too, because I've never built a really open foyer like this with random seating areas and chairs and, you know, tiny little storage areas and stuff like this. I've never done that before, so I was really happy with how that turned out because I never really had that opportunity to do so. But this is the living room area. This house is really, really large. You'll see that right away when you download this house. This is an entire, like, this room is the living room, right? I didn't know what to do with it. I honestly didn't. It was so large. I couldn't fathom figuring out what I wanted to do with the build. It was crazy. So I ended up putting a bunch of Realm of Magic stuff in here. Like, I don't know. I imagine this family being very into herbal medicine and not as much clinical medicine. So they make their own, I don't know, remedies, home remedies to things, and they live off the land kind of thing. But they also live in luxury. But most of their stuff has been made from the land. They collect things, they go out, they get wood to make picture frames, they go out and they make these nice bookshelf tables, you know, etc. So, that was kind of the vibe that I was trying to go for with this family. Again, I have another tiny study area, this time without a computer. So I picture this to be the kids' little study area when they do their homework. They can do it right there. I even put the little reading poster up there, which I thought was really, really cute. And I think I also put a bar, like an open bar in that living room area because it was so big, I didn't know what to do with it. I already had a study area. I already had already had a fireplace. I don't recall if I put a TV in there. I might not have, but that was probably intentionally because this house, again, is geared to people more or less trying to live within nature and not so much within civilization. So that's exactly why I skipped out on a TV in the family room. I might have added a separate room with a TV that's a little bit more casual and relaxed, but I don't remember if I did or not. Honestly, scratching my head because I'm trying to think, and I don't think I did. So I don't know. But yeah, if your Sims are gonna live here, maybe you want to add a TV, maybe you don't. But that's just something to consider. But these rooms are huge. I think I have 4 bedrooms in this house, maybe even 5. I can't recall. The bathrooms are also big as well, so you could probably size down some of the bathrooms and fit in another bedroom somewhere, so on and so forth. I also have this really, really big sitting area. As you can see, that room right there. I don't know if I'm pointing in the right direction because my camera is so small. I'm sorry. I'm like looking at my camera and I'm like looking at where I'm pointing, and it's not. I should have pointed this way. This way or up this direction. But anyways, there's a big room that your Sims go up the stairs, and then there's just this like sitting area, I believe. And you could honestly downsize that as well and probably put it in a whole nother bedroom because that room is so big where your Sims come up to the top floor to get to the bedrooms. But yeah, it's just, this house was ginormous. I was really happy with how it turned out. It was, oh my God, it was so much fun to do. See, this room, that's what I was talking about. You guys saw that shortly. There's the little, the bonsai trees that your Sims can trim down there. But that's what I was talking about. That room is huge. You can always make that into an extra bedroom somehow. However, that is where I have all the rooms, the bedroom doors. So you would have to kind of configure maybe a short and small slim hallway that goes around and then like have another room. But to each their own. I think 4 bedrooms is more than enough. And if anything, you could add a basement too. So if this house is not big enough, which honestly, even if you had a max of 8 Sims, you could still have them all live here comfortably. Like, this room is huge. You could have 2 or 3 kids' beds in this one room, and have them all share. And the master is huge, so you could honestly trim that down and add more space to the kids' rooms or vice versa. So you have a lot of versatile and ability to do what you want with this house. Obviously, if you're going to re-upload this house, make sure you use my hashtag hootofthesims and give credit to me because it's only right. I've never done that with anybody else's build because I've never, you know, edited builds and re-uploaded them. But if you're going to do that, make sure you use my hashtag hootofthesims and give credit to me because it's only right to give the original builder credit because all you did was edit a few things, if that makes any sense. So that's just a friendly reminder to all of you. Because honestly, I get really frustrated when I see these beautiful builds in the gallery and the original creator has half the downloads or even a quarter of the downloads as the re-uploaded version. So it's just a friendly reminder to you guys, like, hey, give the original people credit. Hey, remember that. Hello. Hey, you know. So, I know I'm being weird and being annoying, but it's true. It's very true. Just respect the builders. And obviously, if you guys are builders too, just you should understand that. That's just a formal request for me, anyways. I don't know if everybody else feels that way when their builds get re-uploaded and have downloads, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But yeah, this speed build is actually coming to a close, guys. It was a really fun one to do. Again, tons of room, tons of objects, tons of items. There was no witch basement. I apologize. But I do have another house in the gallery. I can't recall what it's called, but it is another, like an old school cottage type of thing. If I find the name of it, I'll actually I'll mention it in the description while I'm uploading this video. But yeah, there is a witchy basement house that I did make if you guys are looking for that as well. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the speed build. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave this video a huge like because it lets me know you guys enjoyed this video and my speed builds. And subscribe to my YouTube channel as well because it's a click away, a tap away, whatever device you are watching this on. It just lets me know that you guys appreciate my content and you would like to see more in the future. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, hoot out!